So the sad news did come out today. As a Texans fan, this is pretty heartbreaking, but J.J. Watt and the Texans have officially parted ways. J.J. Watt is now a free agent, and he is no longer a Houston Texan anymore. This is pretty hard to swallow as a Texans fan. He's been our franchise the past 10 years, honestly. I mean, what can you say about the man? He's just Houston. He just honestly is Houston. He just represents Houston in possibly the best way. And it's going to be tough to see him go to another team, but wherever you go, JJ, hope best of luck, and hope you get that ring that you really want. We all want you to get that championship. We know it can't be done with the Texans. I know that's the hard truth, but hope you go where you want to, JJ. We're all hoping for success down here in Houston, and we hope you do great and get that Super Bowl trophy that you really deserve out of anybody. If there was one person I'd say who deserves it more than anybody right now, it is J.J. Watt. It is just terrific. This man is just is just a great human being. He's just so amazing. There's just so many ways you can describe J.J. Watt, but he really represented Houston, and he was the greatest in Texans history. I mean, I'm kind of at a loss of words. I was kind of expecting that JJ might leave because the Texans are not in contention anymore. We know JJ really wants to go out there and win a championship, and it can't be done with the Texans, so he's going to move on, and I'm perfectly okay with your decision. I'm perfectly okay with JJ Watt's decision to move on, because I feel that's what's best for him, and that's what he wants as well. And I totally respect what he has chosen for his future. Total respect. Really appreciate. Again, it's so really appreciate what J.J. Watt has done for the city of Houston. As a lifelong Houstonian, I mean, he is just impeccable. He is just so great. I mean, I can't even talk honestly right now because he's so good, but he stood for Houston. That's really what he was. He represented Houston. We were proud to have him as a Houston Texan and a fellow Houstonian who really represented us and showed what a great city we are. And J.J. Watt stood for us. We're proud of him. And he's always going to be a Texan for us in Houston. We're always going to see him as a Texan because that's who he was. Houston gave him the chance. We know he loves Houston and all that. And we really appreciate all the support. We know you've done everything you can, man. We really know that J.J. Watt has done everything he could to possibly win us the championship. He tried everything in his possibility. It's just really great to see what he's done. He's a true professional athlete. He is a true professional. If there's anybody who's an actual professional in NFL, he is the perfect example. He is a role model and an inspiration for all. I mean, he's an amazing player. He's a historically great player, but he's even better person, and he's even better off the field. And we all know what he did for Houston during Hurricane Harvey. He raised $37 million in 2017, and now it's raised over $41.6 million. It's the largest crowdsourcing fundraiser in history, and the 2017 Walter Payton Man of the Year. The easiest choice for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, J.J. Watt himself. I mean, he's such a dedicated player to doing what he does as his job. And we all remember when he went on that outburst talking about how as an athlete, you need to dedicate yourself to this game. It was just remarkable. What an inspirational role model for Houston and Houston fans just like me. And he's so nice and so kind of a player. It's very rare to see the player like J.J. Watt go out to the community, help around. He's met a lot of people, and he's really a special person, and he's really helped Houston in ways that you can't imagine. I mean, he's really supported people when they need it, and is really great during Texans games. I mean, interacting with the fans, and he is the greatest player in Texans history, no doubt. One of the NFL greats, and one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Houston sports athlete. I mean, I remember when I wasn't really interested in sports, the first time I kept saying, why are all these 99 jerseys going around? Like, pretty much everywhere I went in Houston, oh, there's a 99 jersey, there's a 99 jersey. And I was like, it's a Watt on the back. I'm like, who's Watt? Well, why do so many people have his jersey? And then I started watching the Texans, and man, he should have more jerseys, honestly. I mean, no wonder they have jerseys of this man. He is such a great player and an even better person on and off the field as well. You know, helping out Houston. He represents Houston, like I've said that like so many times already. But this is why we wear our jerseys here. Number 99 is like the most famous number in Houston because of J.J. Watt and what he's done. Really appreciate J.J. Watt. He's going to be missed down here in Houston, but this is his decision, and I totally agree with his decision that he made on Twitter. I saw the message. It was really great to see you call in the video. I mean, to hear your words, that was really great. You know, you loved playing for us in Houston, and yeah, we're going to really remember you forever. In Houston, he's going to be a remembered sports icon over here for a very, very long time. It's just insane. I mean, the man is just incredible. J.J. Watt. I mean, he posted it on Twitter this morning, the story, and it broke, and the news broke out. J.J. Watt is moving on from Houston. This was when, earlier this season, when the Texans lost to the Bengals, he was all out about his teammates not stepping up. He was on it, saying that you gotta deliver, you've got to put your 110% into everything because we're playing football, and it's a child's game that they're earning millions of dollars for, and you have to put in everything you got. What an inspirational message to all, man. I mean, that is just incredible, and there are very few athletes like J.J. Watt who have made such an impact not only in the game, but outside of it, in Houston and around the world, around the country, especially in Texas, man. And you just want to wonder, you know, this is the end of an era in Houston, honestly. J.J. Watt, appreciate you. Got to salute J.J. Watt, man. He did what he did. He's always going to be remembered. What a force. And we hope you get that Super Bowl ring once again. Thanks again. And we're going to miss you down here in Houston. Appreciate it. That was J.J. Watt, guys. And now let's talk about J.J. Watt a little bit more. What he has accomplished throughout his career. It is just incredible to see what the man has accomplished in his career. J.J. Watt was drafted in 2011 in the first round by the Houston Texans and the McNair family. He was the face of our franchise for the past 10 years in Houston. It's just incredible. And after that, it was honestly looking like he was probably going to be like the greatest defensive player in NFL history, period. I mean, that's the way it was looking like until he got the injuries, and we all know those. Those are really tough and pretty hard to talk about. But anyway, J.J. Watt, man, he shows the dedication. If this picture doesn't tell you that, I mean, this picture should definitely show you that as well. The man is sacking Alex Smith without a helmet on. I mean, come on, guys. That's insane. This is the example of dedication at its best. Never giving up. Keep trying. This is a perfect role model example. Even in a rough sport as football, J.J. Watt went after the quarterback even after his helmet came off. And then that bloody nose stuff, you know, he had a bloody nose. He kept going, kept doing it. And that's why he's one of the best defensive players in the NFL ever. J.J. Watt, man. He even had a defensive touchdown this year too. Remember, against Detroit, week 12 on Thanksgiving Day. I really remember that game. J.J. Watt making it happen, batting balls down at the line of scrimmage and wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks who must have nightmares about J.J. Watt. Man, what a beast. He is a beast. The 5-time Pro Bowler, the 5-time All-Pro, and the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in 2012, 2014, and 2015. The only other players to ever do that are Aaron Donald and, of course, the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. J.J. Watt was a part of the 2010 Hall of Fame team, the All-Decade team. He was also the 2014 Burt Bell Award winner and the 2017 Sportsperson of the Year, obviously what he did with Harvey. And he has 101 sacks, the all-time leader in Texans history. He's actually had 7 touchdowns that we're going to talk about And he was nominated for the 2014 MVP as well. He got 13 votes, which is like very rare. You never see that happen ever. And he had 2 20-sack plus seasons, which is once again an incredible stat. I mean, the best defensive player of this generation, honestly, one of the best. You got to give it to him. He keeps going. He never gives up. Keeps training, and I really hope he can win the Super Bowl. And I really hope he can do that one day. But now we're going to be talking about what he did after Hurricane Harvey. Obviously, this emotional moment during the first week of the 2017 season against Jacksonville here in Houston. J.J. Watt with that very famous and emotional entrance with that Texans flag, with the Texas flag, waving it around like crazy. Like, it was insane. I mean, it was really inspiring to watch and heroic as the crowd gave him an absolutely roaring approval that day. And J.J. Watt, what a figure in this community. What he has done to help Houston after Hurricane Harvey was just incredible. Obviously, he raised all that money, and he helped over 1,200 houses here in Houston, over 100,000 kids, 300 million meals, and so forth. Just crazy what he's done for this community. He had the small goal of raising only $200,000 until it just blasted off and eventually raised over $37 million and now $42 million. So it is just insane what he's done to raise money to help out other fellow Houstonians, just a fellow community interacting and just making Houston really iconic and really great. He just made it better in ways you can't imagine, honestly. J.J. Watt is 31 years old. After all those touchdowns, it's sad to say that, J.J. Watt is not the same as he used to be, but obviously the fact that he's kept going over and over after so many injuries is just inspirational and heroic to watch. And he's still one of the best defensive players in the league. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, these injuries, man, they're like piling up, honestly. Obviously those injuries from before, he stayed pretty healthy. He was very healthy this year. But, he's going to make an impact on whichever team that signs him, and he's going to be very coveted. But obviously those injuries in 2012, he had his torn elbow. But that's why he wears that famous brace on his arm. And then in 2015, he had a broken hand and groin muscle tear. He went surgery in 2016 for his back. He played only 3 games that season. And in 2017, he had that broken leg against Kansas City. That was really hard to watch. And also that torn pec in 2018, I think that was. So, I mean, I can't believe he's made it through all of that and still playing at such an elite level is just incredible. It's just really great to watch. But now I'm really interested to see where J.J. Watt is going to be going after this. So he's 31 years old. I'd say he's got maybe like 3-4 years in. Obviously, if JJ keeps going, maybe not. Maybe after that too. But I think the main options I think that J.J. Watt is probably looking at is probably going to be the Packers, because he was in Wisconsin. He was born there. He went to college at Wisconsin. That's his home in Pewaukee, if I'm saying it right. I'm not sure. But that was in Green Bay. And then you got Pittsburgh, where his brother TJ, and for some reason Derek, yes, on SNF you said that, for some reason Derek Watt, they're at Pittsburgh. He may want to go to the Steelers and check that out, stay with his brothers there. Or you can go to Tampa Bay, the Super Bowl 55 champions, join up with TB12, Tom Brady, the GOAT, and try and win a ring with those veterans you got over there. But some other options I think would be maybe the Chiefs. And the last 3 Super Bowl champs made it to Super Bowl this year as well. You got Patrick Mahomes there. You're always going to be in the Super Bowl conversation. Maybe he joins KC. Well, look, we'll just have to see how these teams work it out. Signing free agents. Will they be over the cap, salary cap? How can they sign so many free agents? We'll have to see that. Some other teams obviously would be Seattle. I think Seattle might be interested in him. Maybe even Buffalo. I think Buffalo's in the running as well. There's just a lot of options. We'll have to see what JJ chooses. But whatever he chooses is going to be the best for him. And we totally get that he's leaving Houston. I personally very much understand his need to leave. I really get that. And I agree with your decision. But whoever you go to, I hope they win a Super Bowl with you on the team, man. That would be great to see. Here are some of J.J. Watt's touchdowns. Fitzpatrick throws off his back foot, and And he's got J.J. Watt in the back of the end zone on the offensive side for the touchdown. The big man getting in on the offensive game. I mean, it's just incredible to see how J.J. was also making an impact offensively. It was so fun to watch. This was obviously arguably his MVP season in 2014. Man, that was really fun to watch. Obviously, you got tons of different quarterbacks for the Texans, but J.J. Watt was always a standalone. Here you got J.J. Watt jumping up and intercepting it to the 30, to the 40, over midfield. And J.J. Watt, the big man, is rumbling. 20-10-5. Touchdown Texans, J.J. Watt. And he does his dance and the crowd goes fired up. Touchdown Houston, J.J. Watt going back the other way. He had 5 touchdowns in 2014, offensive and defensive combined. J.J. Watt, man, it's just incredible. That was E.J. Manuel, the quarterback for the Bills. But look at this, he's on the line. I mean, he reads him, and he has such great hands as a big defensive lineman. He's still able to go all the way. He's got some sneaky speed as well, guys, J.J. Watt. He can run pretty fast. It was just so exciting to watch. And this is the fumble by Andrew Luck. It's picked up by J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt going down the sideline. Got a couple of blocks, and Watt is going to go to the house for the touchdown. And the Texans are back in the game. J.J. Watt doing his famous dance move. And he's done this throughout his career. He's never going to be like that after those injuries, unfortunately. But, man, he was just incredible to see back then in those days. It was just heroic, honestly, and insane. As he's able to keep persevering, keep fighting, he grabs the ball and he just picks it up and goes back the other way. Just touchdowns like these are just incredible. Obviously, he had one just like this against Detroit earlier this season as well. He makes so many sacks and everything. He forces so many fumbles, swats the ball everywhere. And then this play against the Chiefs where J.J. Watt comes off the edge, the helmet flies off, and he continues to fight and sack Alex Smith. This is the play I'm talking about. Ultimate perseverance. He keeps going after it, and he's a big, physical, strong man who completely crushes Alex Smith there, and he's like, no, no, no. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tribute video to J.J. Watt. Once again, he'll be moving on, and this was my reaction as a Texans fan. Always gonna salute J.J. Watt, and thanks for whatever he's done, and really appreciate him as a person. Thanks.